Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
I'm Justin.
And we are starting Season 3 of Buffy, this episode entitled Anne. Originally aired September 29th, 1998, attracting 7.1 million viewers, which will be one of the last time I'll actually have viewership totals, because there's nothing for Season 3 and most of the rest of the run that I could find.
Suppose it's sadness.
Other than season averages, which we'll get into next time.
Yeah.
In this episode, Cordelia flies off to Cancun for the summer. Xander, Willow, and Oz learn to control the vampire population. Well, they try to. Without the Slayer. Meanwhile, Giles follows false trails and searches for Buffy all over the United States. But as the new school year starts without the expelled Buffy, the Scooby Gang wonder where she is. Living under an assumed name, her middle name, Anne, she becomes a waitress in Los Angeles, although I don't think they ever specify that it's in LA.
Yeah, they didn't really specify.
Still dreaming of eternal love with Angel, but tortured by her thoughts of what she had to do to him, she is soon recognized by another former Sunnydale student, whose present alias is Lily, but she was one of the girls in the vampire cult from Season 2.
Yes, with the tremendously ridiculous name to match up with the alias she was under.
I recall the cult, not her specifically.
She had maybe 2 or 3 lines.
Yeah, she was kind of the one all the vampires are all tortured.
No, she calls them the Forgotten Ones or something.
Yeah, something.
She has some stupid wanky name for them. It's great. And Buffy/Anne helps Lily search for her sweetheart Ricky, whose life-drained body they find, only after Lily goes with Ken, a man who seems to be some sort of pastor to the lost and homeless. They realize that Ken is really the culprit in Ricky's death. When Ken pushes Lily and Buffy through a portal to a hell dimension of hard labor, they have to find out, can the Slayer handle the Taskmaster demons, and will Buffy make it home to Sunnydale?
Apparently no time passes when you're in the portal.
Well,
it passes faster.
Different.
Okay, differently, yeah.
Yeah. So it's one day in our world is 80 years there.
Yeah, about that.
Basically.
Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because they should have aged at least a decade, because they were there a good couple hours.
Yeah, well,
Buffy should be pushing 30 by now.
No, unless they were actually down there for 80 years in there. For Ricky,
Yeah, but Ricky was gone a day, and he aged, and he was 90.
No.
Yeah, but...
So if they were there for a couple of hours...
No, I meant time passes differently inside of there, meaning you would basically be down there for seconds.
No, I honestly thought of that as kind of the case with everything that specifically happened with the episode. Most of that sequence kind of happened within a couple of minutes, which probably only would have been a couple of milliseconds. Again, they didn't specify specifically how much time passed while they were down there. At the very most, it probably would have been about half a day down in the portal dimension, which would have been less than a couple of seconds up in reality.
That's what I'm thinking probably would be the case.
I still think it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
You don't watch enough anime. Anyway.
I watch too much anime.
No, you don't.
My goodness, we'll have to question you on that, good sir.
I've watched more than 3 episodes, and that's too much.
Duly noted. Anyway, continuing with the Buffy. Yay, kick-ass scene of her taking down the demon thingies.
Yeah, they have a really good fight scene, actually, in the Hell Dimension, where Buffy's just, throwing demons all over the place and shit. It's pretty good.
I think the best thing to start out with that is, what are you? Hi, I'm Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm gonna kick your ass.
It's a pretty great moment.
Yeah.
So, overall, how did you feel about this as a season premiere? Because they're kind of forced to deal with the issue that Buffy Buffy chose to leave Sunnydale at the end of last season.
Yes.
So they have to find a way to get her back to Sunnydale pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not going to spend an entire season of Buffy fighting demons in LA.
Yeah.
It worked.
They have an upcoming spin-off to do that.
And meanwhile, everyone else is just kind of fighting vampires, about 60% of them.
That's great.
We're taking care of 60.
Another one right away. Oops.
Yeah, they kind of... the Scooby Gang kind of suck at having to kill vampires, although they will get better in the future.
Although they're successful at some, at least. They're not slayers, but they do what they can. Like that one moment, Lily just pushed him off the edge.
She actually did a thing.
Yeah, she went tap. Ah! Do you fighting?
So, we don't meet Lily, but we see her again in this episode.
I was mildly surprised. I was like, oh, they brought that character back, and it actually sort of works within the context of the episode. Neat. Whether or not there's going to be any additional points to those sorts of things, I'm not sure within this series, but I have a slight inkling there's the possible chance that she's probably going to appear in the other series they might have in mind.
She will appear in Angel.
I would not be surprised.
She will make a few appearances.
Still under her alias, or as a different alias?
I believe she's still Anne in those episodes. I'm not 100% sure, though.
Just so additional people are clear, near the end of the episode, Buffy takes her old name back and gives Anne to Lily because she decided to change her identity from going off in the other thing.
Yeah, it's... Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, at the very end of the episode, Buffy's back. Technically.
Yeah, she gets back to Sunnydale.
Yeah. Which I figured would only take like an episode.
So, you notice that David Boreanaz is still in the credits.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
He brought him for those couple particular scenes when Buffy has dream sequences.
The you're in the credit sequence, so we have to put you in the episode moment. It's like, well, we're paying you.
But they changed the title sequence.
Yes,
now they did.
They actually give away a spoiler in it. They show you an upcoming character we've yet to be introduced to.
Oh well. But they put Seth Green in the title sequence.
Yay!
Yes, he does appear in the title sequence.
He's now officially a character in this, not just a guest starring.
Welcome to the Scooby Day. We hope that you enjoy your stay for however long that's going to be.
Inevitably, probably doesn't.
Until he doesn't.
Yeah.
Well thought out, Justin.
Yeah.
Until he isn't there anymore.
Yes, he will not be there forever.
Yeah.
I'm sure he won't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So, what did you guys think of the episode overall?
It worked out fairly decently for all the stuff that it decided to do. Going through Buffy's sequence of events, how everyone is kind of coping with the situation, and just the story that they wanted to have a supernatural villain for Buffy to fight, as well as kind of giving the motivation for her, hey, you the Slayer, you got stuff to do, get over all your emotional stuff and get back to it. And just sort of giving her that kick to sort of be like, yeah, I still have a job to do. Back to Sunnydale.
Yeah. So, Justin, what did you think?
Overall, it was okay. I didn't feel as much of an impact as other episodes from Season 2. It worked for what it was, at least, so as a score, I would probably give it about a 7.
Yeah, it's a pretty good premiere, but it's going to get overshadowed pretty quickly by a really, really fun episode. Episode 3.
Oh.
There's going to be a new character introduced, and things are going to get good. So, I'm assuming you remember Kendra died at the end of Season 2.
Well,
yes.
Yeah.
We haven't met the new Slayer yet. Any idea when that might happen?
Supposedly, from what you're saying, very soon.
Yes.
Very soon.
We're going to get some Faith.
Okay.
Hooray.
Trust me, it's going to be good times.
Okay, but do.
So you guys really don't know anything about Faith?
Not that I specifically know of. There's the chance with the couple of older episodes that you've shown us before the series started, we may have seen her, but any of the specifics we were kind of like, okay, there's a person and they're acting within the show. Hooray. But never got the specific context of how she came in and the whole effect of how that happened.
Faith is going to be an interesting character. You're either going to really love Faith or really hate Faith.
Is she annoying?
No.
Okay.
I would say no.
Okay. Mostly it's just kind of a question of hate, like, I dislike this character tremendously, but the episode is still decent and I'll continue to watch. Or is it hate to the fact that you'll pause the video, stand up, and slam your head through a wall?
So, if Buffy is the Slayer that took the right path, Faith is the Slayer who's going to take the wrong path.
Oh.
Okay, I'll leave it as that sort of particular thing and not bother to ask the particular questions rattling around in my brain.
Okay, then.
It's going to become good. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Interesting.
It will be interesting. Do you guys have any questions for me about where season 3 is gonna go?
It's probably going to be dealing with that stuff. The question is going to be how long is it going to be dealing with that stuff? In the question of, is it going to be every single episode focus on Buffy's depressed, focus on her depression?
No, that's season 6.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay.
I'm kind of not joking.
I'm sure you're not. It's just,
We'll get to that.
Let's just say in season 6 she has to deal with a few things.
Aside from losing her boyfriend?
Oh, far worse.
Nah, there are worse
Oh,
things.
far worse.
I'm sure there are a lot of things that could just potentially happen.
Yeah, like the part where she gets ripped out of heaven.
Don't mind my hiccup.
Yeah, it's the best response.
Let's see. When will we see Spike? This season?
Oh yeah, Spike will be back this season.
Good.
Yes. And we will get introduced to our new villain soon.
Alright.
And he's been name dropped a few times. So,
Ooh, the mayor?
the mayor.
Yeah.
The mayor.
Nice.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Alrighty. That should be neat.
So, do you guys have any last minute thoughts to add?
No.
It must have been one heck of a time with all the particular makeup stuff that one guy had to go through.
Which
All
one?
with all the little indents and can and all the whatnots and whatnot, and then having the additional mask glued onto the face.
Oh, I was thinking like the dude with like the blue and then like weird jaw thing going on. That would have been worse.
I figured that was kind of just a 2-part mask thing. That would have been easy.
That's prosthetics that you're putting on. That's going to take a while.
Well, it's insane for Ken with all the stuff he put on with the one mask, then the additional mask that had to kind of be on there.
I forget how long it is for them to like do the vampire makeup, but that was apparently like, I think they said like 8 hours.
So essentially, start of the day, get the mask ready!
It was basically like, we are going to shoot every scene of you in vamp face today, because we are not paying to put that shit on for 2 days.
Nah. Do they get to the point of reusing footage?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Well, I mean, not unless it's for like a flashback or stuff like that.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Alright, so any last minute thoughts from either of you?
Buffy's back! Supposed Yadis!
I love the misdirect when Willow's standing over the vampire's grave. And they're trying to make you think it's Buffy for about 5 seconds.
But then Willow shows up and it's like, Willow! Oh dear, you're gonna get hurt.
It's pretty great.
Boy.
Alright, so for international titles, most of them are pretty bland. It's just Anne. Except German, which is Anne trapped in the underworld.
And trapped in the underworld?
They didn't go to a hell dimension.
Yeah, okay. It was definitely a hell dimension of sorts.
Yes. And for music, there's obviously the original score. And there is one song that plays. It's okay, this might be one of the best band names ever. It's a band called Belly Love.
Oh, yeah.
Okay then.
And their song is Back to Freedom, which plays as the gang discusses slaying and the absence of Buffy.
Yes. And Xander being the typical Xander self that he is without Cordelia.
Alrighty, so if that's it, I think we'll call it an episode. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
I'm Justin.